You're listening to Civic Media. You can tune into any of our live shows on any radio station across the state with the Civic Media app. Find us in your phone's app store and listen anytime, anywhere.
From the depths of a digital abyss, where truth drowns in a sea of clickbait and algorithms, a beacon ignites. From the heart of Badgerland, from our studios on State Street in downtown Madison, Wisconsin, it's John and Gordy on 92.7 WMDX.
Wow. I'm liking these intros.
Yeah.
WMDX. John and Gordy in the morning. Try to live up to that one.
Mm-hmm. 6 minutes past the hour. We're seeing some sunshine this morning.
Yeah.
We'll see clouds later on. Highs in the mid-50s. Right now it's 32 degrees. And
I'm wondering if they should just, voluntarily give people leaf blowers. As they walk down State Street, maybe they could
help
leaf blow a little bit, help out.
Well, first of all, there are no leaves out there. You can look at the trees; they're all bare, all of them. Every single one. There's no. Okay.
These guys need a job.
I know, but they're blown away. Yeah, now they're washing down the street with a hose.
Well, that works.
Sidewalk.
They're power washing it.
Power washing.
Yeah.
Well, it's got to be nice and clean. Farmers markets tomorrow, of course.
Oh, that's right.
First one of the season, so they're going to make things very nice.
Up a little bit. All right, let's go.
We have Savanna Tomei-Olson.
Tomei-Olson is on the line right now.
To check out what's going on in the news world. Good morning, Savanna. How are you?
Good morning, guys. I'm doing okay. I'm told by my personal weather source, my husband downstairs, that it's going to be a gorgeous day for the farmers market tomorrow. So everybody really lucked out in that regard.
That's great. Your husband, former weather person, right? Yeah.
He is always a weather person, as he would put it.
Once a weather person, always a weather person.
I know. I have to work with one over there.
I was just telling the guys during the break that you and I ran into each other at Target the other day.
I know. It made my afternoon.
Oh, mine too. Well, it was kind of funny because we both had our shopping to do, and we turned the corner and both kind of looked at each other for a second. It's like when you see somebody that you know that you know them, but you're trying to think, well, this is not where I know them from.
Did I see that on an FBI poster?
No, it was kind of fun, but we had a nice little chat, and it was good to see you again.
Nice to see you IRL, face-to-face.
Right, exactly, in the real world. But
okay, you got some really, really incredible news about the student visas that were taken away here at the UW, and it's going on across the country as well. What do you got for us?
That's right. So this has been the big story throughout the week, kind of changing day by day here. At this point, as far as we know, which it has changed kind of as we go into each day here, but there have been at least 40 students across Wisconsin who have had their visas revoked. And there have been at least 300 to this point across the country. This is all part of the Trump administration's effort to crack down on immigration, and they're specifically targeting lots of people who participated in protests against the war in Gaza. However, UW-Madison says they don't believe that the people whose visas have been revoked here in Madison were involved in those protests. But the big thing, this is going to get kind of into the weeds here, but when people's visas have been revoked in the past, when they're students, usually that means they just can't leave the country and come back. They would have to apply to a new visa. They're usually allowed to keep their status as permanent residents. So they're not usually having to self-deport, basically.
Oh, okay.
But in some of these cases, and it's not clear yet how many, in some of these cases, the Trump administration is also removing their legal resident status, which means that they're basically telling people you should get out now.
Wow.
And that's a big change from previous administrations over the last few decades, really.
It's also taken a shot at some of the instructors as well. Is that correct?
That's right, especially at universities across the country. So far from UW, all we know is that there were 7 alumni who are there now on employment visas. So they're probably working as grad students, I would assume, getting some sort of grad student stipend.
Well, let's get rid of all the intellectual students that we have in this country, all the professionals, people that can add to this country. Let's get rid of them right away. And I guess we could include Elon in all of this. He was here on a student visa and didn't go to college. Violated a student visa.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Didn't know that.
Yeah.
Wow. Any other stories that we should be aware of, Savanna? What else
the big thing is Ben Wikler. That was the late breaking story yesterday, is that Ben Wikler will be stepping down, and we've already got a couple people throwing their hats in the ring. The State Democratic Party convention is in the Dells in the middle of June, and so that's when they'll elect the next person to lead Wisdom. So it'll be interesting to see what happens there.
I'm thinking he's going to run for office because he knows how to run for office.
Ben Wikler?
Yeah. That's
totally
my guess.
possible.
All right. Well, I'm making that prediction. All right. And you can give me credit and interview me later on. Yes. Well, how did you know that, John?
Okay, John.
Okay.
All right. Well, Savanna, thank you very much. And I'm glad to hear that we're going to have good weather for the farmers market, too. So,
that really worked out.
Yeah. Excellent. Very good. We'll talk to you again soon.
Ben. Thank you.
Thanks. That's
Bye, guys.
All right.
WMDX News Bureau Chief Savanna Tomei-Olson.
You got a contest to play here?
I want to let everybody know that we are going to give away some Peter Frampton tickets. And, he was in a band before he had his own band called Humble Pie.
Yeah, Humble Pie.
So, if you hear music from Peter Frampton or Humble Pie, and that'll happen sometime later this hour, we'll have a pair of tickets for Peter Frampton. He's appearing at the Riverside Theater in Milwaukee, so the key word will be Riverside, okay? So you'll want to text that to us on the Civic Media app, and when you hear some Peter Frampton music, okay?
All right.
All
well,
right,
you'll
be going off to that show. It is April 15th at 7:30 p.m. in Milwaukee at the Riverside Theater. And again, Riverside's the word. Okay.
All right.
But not yet. Don't text yet.
Don't text yet when you hear the Peter Frampton music or Humble Pie music, okay? All right.
All right, we done
Over
now?
to you. Over to you, John Peterson. Take it away.
Do we have time for this?
It's time for you to talk. Go.
Jeez.
Yes, we got time.
Is this your 60 Minutes thing?
Yeah, this is my 60 Minutes
This is
thing,
good.
yeah.
60 Minutes from Australia.
This is an Australian version of 60 Minutes. This is, by the way, this is how they describe this story online, all right? This is it. We are lifting the self-serving veil on the world's richest Nazi. All right? They called him Nazi right on their website.
Okay.
What Musk purports to be doing with Doge and what he's actually doing are two entirely different things. Now, let's listen to this. This is, they interviewed a former friend and business partner, Dr. Phil Lowe of Neurovigil. And he had a few things to say. Let's start with cut 95, all right?
They're parading that he's saving taxpayers' money. What he's actually doing is he is defunding organizations that regulate his companies. So he is weakening the people who would have weakened him.
So where he says he's fighting for the American taxpayer.
Respectfully, I say that's And just like when he calls himself a free speech absolutist, when he clearly is boosting certain voices on X, including his own, and shadow banning others, relatively speaking. So, no, I know him too well to understand that this is a charade.
What is your ultimate fear?
My fear is that he is that he's manipulating President Trump to tear up the Constitution until he will tear up President Trump.
There you go. Wow. All right, this is pretty heavy stuff.
It is.
There's a part two. Let's listen to that. This is cut 96 as they go deeper into this.
This relationship with China, which is our greatest adversary, over which we need to have leverage and not the other way around, this is a real problem. You have to understand, this is a person who casts himself as a sort of maverick renegade who isn't, shy to insult people in power, but he has never once said anything less than obsequious about Xi Jinping or the Chinese Communist Party.
President Musk is stealing your money.
Operating effectively unchecked, Musk has dismantled entire federal agencies, torn up spending programs, and shown staff the door. The US government has never seen upheaval quite like it.
This was my dream job, and it's just being taken away by an administration who doesn't care about science. Hard not to take it personal when someone questions my work ethic.
If there's any lessons to be drawn from this, it is that we do not need the richest people in the world controlling our government.
Some estimates suggest up to 300,000 of the 2.3 million federal workforce will go. To leading Democrats in Congress, it's a scandal, not a saving.
The wrecking ball of right-wing authoritarianism is swinging right through Congress and coming directly at the freedoms of the press and the people right now. The self-appointed CEO of this operation is the unelected bureaucrat and aspiring techno-dictator Elon Musk.
For this to be happening on a mass scale is really unprecedented.
Shannon Liss-Riordan is one of America's top employment lawyers and has spent years defending 2,000 Twitter employees. She's now busy building cases on behalf of federal employees.
How would you describe Elon Musk's approach to reducing the federal workforce?
He's acting like it's his own business. He's acting as though he owns the government and he can use the same methods that he used at Twitter. This just should not be happening this way.
The courts have now ordered the reinstatement of 25,000 workers across 18 agencies. For Doge advisor James Fishback, it's chaotic but necessary to cull bloated government spending.
You probably have to cut a little bit too much. You have to go a little bit too far and then pull back as a result.
We're seeing that already with some of the federal workers that were sacked recently and then rehired a couple of days later.
No harm, no foul. No harm, no foul. Tough weekend for him.
Unbelievable.
No harm, no foul. No harm, no foul.
We all have bad days. Some of us lose our jobs on some of them.
Yeah,
some of us just, I don't know, spill a glass of milk.
Yeah, it took about a month for them to worry about losing their job, and then they lost their job. Yeah. Tough weekend for them.
It happens.
And they get called back. That's much better. Well, everything is good again.
Everything's fine. No worries.
Yeah. No ups or downs for that family.
Jeez.
Oh, my God. Whew. They really don't care. This is just sociopathic. You know? Just really totally.
Is. Yeah. Out of bounds.
But anyway, that's coverage. 60 Minutes in Australia, and they did a really great job. I'd like to see something like that here in this country, right?
Yes, absolutely.
I found out things I didn't know that were covered in this country. So
18 minutes past the hour, and the Verlo mismatch sale is back. Their biggest sale of the year. Mismatch on the outside, long-lasting craftsmanship on the inside. Hurry in now. Save an additional 10% off of every mattress and box spring. Go to Verlo Mattress of Madison. 2 locations. Verlo.com for more information. We're back with more with John and Gordy in just a moment.
You're listening to Civic Media. Stay up to date on the latest news and information for your local community and Wisconsin by signing up for our free email newsletter. Visit civicmedia.us/email to get started.
Yeah.
WMDX 92.7.
Flashing back to some older music there.
Yeah. I'm reaching for the bong, and I don't have one.
When the bong would tip over, you have the bong water all over the floor.
Yeah, bong water is never any fun.
That was a mess and smelled for days. It's 22 past the hour. A nice day to start out. Sunshine. We'll see clouds later and highs in the mid-50s. But here to tell us more about what we can expect weather-wise this weekend. Boy, we got a lot of stuff going on in Madison this weekend, like the first farmers market of the season, and the horse fair is going on at the Alliance Center.
So it's all up to Brittney Merlot, right?
Yeah.
To make sure that the weather is fine and beautiful. Well, let's see what happens. The weight is on her shoulders at this point.
It's a lot of pressure.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, high pressure, right?
Yeah, right? That's what we need. That's what we have.
Yeah, that's what we've got. Yep. So nice weekend ahead, right?
Yes, absolutely. High pressure system in place now, mostly sunny skies and highs in those mid 50s, like you said. Tomorrow, we will see a few more clouds out there, but we will hit 60 degrees.
Wow.
And then partly sunny on Sunday into the mid 60s. But there is a little chance of rain in the afternoon. So keep an eye out for that on Sunday and Monday, still into those upper 50s. So gorgeous weather out there.
Yeah.
Well, it looks good through the weekend and at least the early part of next week. But, one thing we want to remind folks is this is Severe Weather Awareness Week, right? And we really haven't mentioned this too much because it's been fairly mild lately. But this is the time of year where things can really stir up, right?
Oh, it sure is. It's tornado season from April through August. I mean, it can happen any time of the year. We had one in February. But this is their season. This is their time. This is when all the ingredients usually like to line up and they can strike at any minute. So yesterday, those sirens went off twice, right? Everybody practiced their plan and took shelter. And that was what was supposed to happen, right? You want to know what you're going to do ahead of time before the actual emergency happens because you're running around in circles, all confused, grabbing stuff left and right. And time is of the essence when a tornado warning is out there. So really, if you didn't do anything yesterday, make a plan today with your family, with your friends, in different situations, different times of the day, because they can happen in the morning, they can happen in the evening, they can happen overnight too. So do you have a way to wake up? Is that phone does it have those emergency alerts turned on? Will those severe weather things go through? If not, do you have a severe weather radio? Those are pretty fun too, because you can hit the test, you just set the alarm off and have the family run around.
I know, those are cool.
Yeah. So it's just a time to really just plan because these things come out of nowhere. And of course, we all think it's never going to happen to us, but it can.
That's right. So just be aware and be prepared.
All right.
Just in case.
Now I'm afraid. Thank you, Brittney. I appreciate
you're welcome.
that.
John is a scared
downer. All right.
A lot of people are. I get it.
Yeah. Well, Brittney, thank you so much. And we hope you have a good weekend. And we'll talk to you again on Monday. Enjoy the weather.
All right, I've got a little speech here from Eric Swalwell. He did a great job at a hands-off rally. I want to play this. It's inspirational. Let's play this.
This is what kicking the shit out of fascism looks like.
Yes.
This is what it looks like. We've seen a lot of people cave to fascism in America. We're not. We've seen the CEOs cave. Will you cave? We've seen the law firms cave. Will you cave? We've seen the colleges cave. Will you cave? We can't cave. My name's Eric Swalwell. I'm the son of a cop, a mom who was a baker, and I went to college as the first in the family on a soccer scholarship. And before every big game, before every season, the coach would tell us, I want you to close your eyes and think about what does that last moment of the game look like? And I want you to think as we begin this season of democracy, what does the last moment of this march look like? We win! That's what it looks like. It's justice. It's redemption. It's accountability. And it's renewal. Because as you stand here right now, we have gone from a Trump slump to a Trump train wreck. We are going into a red recession. Our 401ks are 201ks. Our costs at Walmart and Home Depot and Target, where 4 out of 5 of the things we buy are from overseas, are going up. And where is Donald Trump? He's golfing. So to Donald Trump, I say, get your ass off the golf course and face the people. America first. It's Trump first. This guy is a con. Trump Bibles, made in China. Trump sneakers, made in China. The Trump coin, made on a computer, made in China. And he's not just disappearing people. He's disappearing rights. And to that we say, disappear we're still here. Our veterans, we're still here. That's right. And he wants to disappear our veterans and women and hardworking immigrants and our seniors and our kids and the sick. So you are asking us, what is the plan? And I'll tell you this, we are not going to give a single vote to fascism inside the Congress because we know you're fighting outside the Congress. And so small victories will bring us big victories. We had a victory last Tuesday in Wisconsin. Thank you.
And there
Eric
you go.
Swalwell, yeah. Wow.
I know. That is truly a great speech.
He got the crowd fired up.
And I just want to mention that you should look for, Rachel Maddow did a great story last night on a simple historical. It's a history competition by students all across the country, and it was canceled because Doge canceled it. Trump canceled the funding for this. It's just a minor amount of money for this competition. You know, students across America were competing in it, and it was canceled because of the funding was pulled. Amazing stuff.
Yeah. 728, congratulations to Tom from Hartford. He's going to Peter Frampton, April 15th at the Riverside Theater in Milwaukee. Way to go, Tom. And we'll get those tickets to you. Next week, we'll have tickets to the Milwaukee Film Festival coming up next. Rökker is in the studio with a Max Inc. preview of local and regional music and what's happening around our area. Stay with us.
Let the sun shine.
It's the John and Gordy Show.
WMDX 92.7, John and Gordy in the morning. Again, congratulations, Tom, out in Hartford.
Yep. He's going to Peter Frampton at the Riverside Theater, April 15th. And next week, we'll be giving away tickets to the Milwaukee Film Festival. That's coming up April 24th through May 8th in Milwaukee. We'll tell you more about that next week. And this portion of the show being brought to you by Verlo Mattress of Madison. The Verlo Mismatch Sale continues for just a few more days. The biggest sale of the year. Mismatch on the outside. Same Verlo long-lasting craftsmanship on the inside. Save an additional 10% off of every mattress and box spring. Wake up and sleep better with Verlo Mattress of Madison. 2 locations, east and west. Go to verlo.com for more information. Hey, don't forget to sign up for the WMDX newsletter and get all kinds of information about what's happening here on the station. You can go to WMDXradio.com. That's WMDXradio.com. Got the newsletter happening there. Also, you can see what we're up to, all the events coming up for the spring and the summer, and different podcasts. You can check it out at WMDXradio.com.
Yeah, favorite the website, okay? Just head on over there often.
Absolutely. Okay, Rökker is in the studio. Good morning, Rökker.
What is happening, John and Gordy? And Sam, how you guys doing?
Everything is happening. You're happening,
great.
man.
You are.
Yeah.
So it's good to have you back in the studio. We had you virtually the last couple of weeks.
That's right. Yep.
It's good to see you in person again.
Back in the saddle.
Yeah.
That's right.
And a lot of things going on this weekend and upcoming weekends. Tell us what you got.
Okay, Max Inc. Radio. We have actually some good news and some good things happening, some great music this morning. Max Inc. Radio, 6 to midnight every Saturday night, and that repeats on Sunday all over the Civic Media Radio Network. This week, we have Ethical Trade Company. We're going to be talking to Manuel and James, the founders of that, and talk to them about their great mission of bringing products from people that they've saved in the slave industry across the world and bring them and sell them on their website here in Madison. Joey B. Banks from the Funky JBs, he's going to be doing the Clyde Stubblefield birthday tribute that's going to be coming up April 18th at the High Noon Saloon. And live in the Lair, tomorrow we have the Marissa Balistrieri duo. And that's going to be very kind of jazzy, very interesting stuff, very original. And Trevor Banks. Clyde Stubblefield, they're trying to get him into the Hall of Fame, and Trevor Banks has been making a movie, Give the Drummer Some. And so he's raising awareness efforts and fundraising for this film and to get him in the Hall of Fame.
I can't believe he isn't in the Hall of Fame.
Well, they have a stick. Okay, they have one of his drumsticks on display, but he's not like he's not like a gold coat member right yet. So there's really an effort to try and get him what he deserves.
Yeah, I mean, the funky drummer. Come on, yeah, exactly.
He's one of the top drummers in the world. I think he was rated like number 4 or something by Rolling Stone. It was pretty crazy. Well, Clyde Stubblefield's birthday, the tribute, is coming up April 18th at the High Noon Saloon with the Funky JBs. Then they're going to be doing another Clyde tribute celebrating Clyde's doctorate PhD from the UW-Madison Music School. And that's going to be Friday, May 9th at the Memorial Union Terrace. I can't think of a better place to see that band.
Yeah, that would be a lot of fun.
We always got to play a little tribute to Clyde. So this is Clyde Stubblefield from a 1997 album that they did. Clyde was, of course, the drummer for James Brown. Never got a lot of credit with James Brown, and that's where he really got famous, right? Mm-hmm. And he didn't have any songs. Mm-hmm. So back, in the 90s, they started putting together these albums so that he could actually have songs that they could go to him. So this one is Parties in the Kitchen, 1997 Clyde Stubblefield.
Amazing stuff.
Laying it down.
Well,
the thing about Clyde also, just a side note, his drumming style was one of the styles that first got sampled when sampling became a thing, right?
Well, he's the most sampled drummer in the world.
Exactly.
But if you talk to him where it came from, it came from the railroad tracks down in the South.
Really?
That he used to listen to. So, you listen to like a train going by, and he put that to drum beat. So he listened to all those train sounds and he didn't take lessons, right?
Right.
He learned all that himself, just listening to the train and copying the beats.
Amazing.
I mean, how many times have all of us partied in the kitchen?
Yeah, well.
I really never thought about it. But
that's usually where the best part of the party is happening.
I love the title of this song.
And at Clyde's house, right?
Yeah.
It was true. Like whenever you went to like a hangout with Clyde, everybody ended up in the kitchen partying, right?
Absolutely.
And then they were in the kitchen, and they're like, "Well, what's going to happen when the beer runs out? You got to go get some more."
Yeah, somebody's in the kitchen to go out that back door and get some more.
We met him a few times. Clyde, used to play with Michael Feldman when Michael Feldman had What Do You Know?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And so we knew Jim Packard, the announcer, and so we'd go to some of the events and occasionally run into Clyde and Jim and Michael Feldman. And
he was so personable. He was, you could really approach him.
He was the nicest, sweetest man. He just really was a super friendly guy, but kind of shy.
Laughed at all your jokes.
Yeah, he was great.
He was
wonderful,
awesome.
Wonderful guy. Yeah.
So we need to get him in the Hall of Fame. So check out that movie. That's Give the Drummer Some. They're making it, and they have a fundraiser. Excellent. Now, speaking of awards and ceremonies and stuff, the WAMI, Wisconsin Area Music Industry. Mm-hmm. They have their annual awards. It's coming up this May 4th. May 4th at 6 p.m. it starts. It's at the Deco in West Allis. And they just announced, this is pretty crazy. Yeah. It came to me as a surprise. Mm. They are going to induct me, Rökker, into the WAMI Wall of Honor.
Wow!
Yeah,
congratulations!
Yeah, so I'm gonna go
That's huge.
accept this award.
That's fantastic.
May 4th. So that's pretty cool.
You really deserve it, man.
Yeah.
You have really worked hard on this.
Yes.
You know, it's a great kind of recognition for people who kind of really over a lifetime have worked to, enhance or enrich the music scene of Wisconsin. So it's a great honor to receive this award.
Yeah.
I'll be in person to do it on May 4th.
That's
and
great.
it'll be crazy because, the Rökker Jamboree is May 4th. So I'm going to do the Rökker Jamboree and then race out to Milwaukee. I'm going to feel like Phil Collins in Live Aid, racing back and forth.
Well, it'd be great, and you definitely deserve that award,
Thank
Rökker.
you.
Congratulations.
I'm pretty happy. I mean, I'm pretty psyched. It's a pretty big award, and I was like just completely shocked. So it'll be a lot of fun.
That's a great surprise. Thanks for announcing that.
Yeah, terrific.
Let's get back to music here in Madison. Tonight, April 11th at the Old Brick Botanical Gardens, it's the Canopy Sessions from 6 to 8 p.m. Kick off your weekend with a live concert in one of Madison's most unique spots. It's the Bowles Conservatory. You can immerse yourself in tropical surroundings, soak up the warmth, and enjoy performances by regional artists. It's a whole series. There's bar service available in the conservatory, so you can get a drink, right? It's a strolling concert, so no seating, right? There's some benches, but you can't carry in chairs. It's at the conservatory there. And the Canopy Sessions are amplified performances, so they're not acoustic, so don't be surprised when you see some loud, raucous music. And this time, April 11th, tonight, alternative rock trio the Racing Pulses, who were founded in 2012, they are going to be playing there tonight. They've had a couple of hit songs since 2012. Let's hear a little Racing Pulses. This is Surreal.
I sleep for days, 'cause in my dreams I see colors, I see trees. Tell me it's not real, make it fade away, leave before your eyes, put me in a daze, empty spaces in my mind where I used to always find love of an uncommon kind. Empty spaces in my mind where I used to always find love of an uncommon.
Yeah.
Nice stuff. Racing
Like it.
Pulses.
Mm-hmm.
The Racing Pulses, again, that's tonight.
Okay.
And that's at Old Brick Botanical Gardens. So that's, you go in that pyramid kind of looking building.
Right.
It's, I can't imagine actually playing there because it would be humid.
It would be very humid. Yeah.
It's tropical, right?
Exactly.
Well, it's the
Yeah.
closest thing to Florida you can get right here. Natty Nation. Natty Nation is having their almost 420 party because it's going to be on the 19th of April at the High Noon Saloon.
Okay. Almost 420.
Almost 420 party.
Any excuse you can come up with, right?
Tie it in. Yeah. Okay.
That's right.
All right.
Well, these guys
Saturday.
do this, is an annual thing for them.
Ah.
Critically acclaimed metaphysical hard roots reggae outfit. They're based in Madison since 1995, so they've been around for a long time. I thought I'd bring in a really old song from their first album, The Journey Has Just Begun. This is Natty Nation with Youth Bring Roots.
Been a long time since I've been able to sing my song. So long, now's the time. I got to do it in the way I know is best. Rockers to put you to the test. No matter what the time of day, youth bringing roots. What the people say, they want the roots. It don't matter who they think they are. They don't never be no big star. I just wanna be a roots rocker. Just wanna be a showstopper. Youth bring roots, man. What you say, yeah, youth bring roots. Youth bring roots, man.
Oh, yeah, man.
Pretty cool. I like it.
Good stuff.
Youth bring roots.
Mm-hmm.
Natty Nation. Yeah, that's exactly what we need, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Let's get quick to the Spine Stealers. April 27th at the High Noon Saloon and April 30th at the Burr Oak. and they'll be at the Blue Ox Music Festival on June 27th. That's up in Eau Claire. The Spine Stealers are a two-gal duo making spooky folk influenced by the Northwood, Wisconsin pines. 24/7 truck stop diners,
those are scary.
heartbreak, and dark lakes.
Wow,
that's a mouthful.
That's scary.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm looking at the Spine Stealers, and I'm thinking of the movie The Tingler.
Oh,
remember that?
Spine Tingler?
Yeah.
Yeah, Spine
ties right
Stealers. Yeah, when you stop and think about it, Spine Stealers. That's pretty interesting. Well, Kate and Emma started learning guitar together around bonfires and shared their hometown experiences during the height of the pandemic. They wrote songs, and now they're like a thing. They kind of evolved after the pandemic. Spine Stealers, West Texas Sun.
Let's hear it.
Sunsets remind me I'm alone in this sun as we burn to bone. On my third cup of gas station coffee, tasting last night's cigarettes, my poor heart beating like a drum.
Boy, I love that stuff. That's great.
Little banjo. I heard some banjo, John.
That's probably why I loved it so much. That's a great song.
Yeah, good stuff. Okay. We got to take a quick break, but we will be back with more of the Maxing preview with Rökker in the studio with John and Gordy in the morning right here on WMDX. Stay with us.
This is Rock and Roll Radio. Stay tuned for more rock and roll.
You're listening to Civic Media. Find the latest news, information, and archives of all your favorite shows on the Civic Media website, civicmedia.us.
Good rock and roll music. That's what we're talking about here on WMDX. John and Gordy in the morning with Rökker.
It is 7:52. A nice day ahead of us. Highs in the mid-50s this afternoon. A good-looking weekend, too. All right, back with Rökker, and the Maxing preview continues. And what do you got for us now, Rökker?
Well, every week I've been coming in here bringing a little bit of music from the bands that are playing the Rökker Jamboree. And the Rökker Jamboree is happening at the Burr Oak on Winnebago on Sunday, May 4th. That's 1 to 5 p.m. And, of course, there's bands that are reuniting that haven't played in 20 years or 10 years or a dozen years, 6. None of them really have. Last Crack, Magic 7, Mindox, and then Subatomic and Electromag. So today I thought I'd bring in some Mindox. Now, Mindox was a band that happened after Last Crack, where Last Crack singer Butto left Last Crack, and he started with Mindox. And Mindox was looking to get signed by record. They went out to L.A., El Dorado Studios, which is where Alice in Chains, Jane's Addiction, and Last Crack had recorded. And Mindox was Peter Ress, who you might know from the Skin Tones on guitar, and Butto from Last Crack and Magic 7 on vocals. This is one of the songs that they did at El Dorado Studios. This is Mindox. It's The Whale.
Well, this time I'm on track, and around this table I will tell of a tale of a minnow that swims into a whale. It splashes and gnashes the crest of the waves until his days are wind up, wind and sand, like ashes in the hand. It
Mind Ox.
Mind Ox, that's right.
Yeah.
That's going to be great. I mean, a lot of people are really psyched to see him. They really very rarely play.
Yeah.
And so this is a real treat.
Yeah.
Some of these other bands, Last Crack, Magic 7.
Uh-oh. Catherine's in the studio.
Hello, Catherine. How you doing?
Pretty happy to hear about your award.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
That was great.
Congratulations. Yes.
Congratulations indeed.
Oh,
Yeah.
thank you so much. I know it's really it's surreal. I mean,
Yeah.
it's one of those things like, you just work your whole life, in the music, right? Because you love music,
Your name becomes Rökker.
And and then all of a sudden, one day they're giving you this like lifetime achievement award, and you're like, well, I guess it has. I mean, my hair is all white now, and I've been in music for a long time.
Yes, the realization settles in.
Yeah,
Right.
it's pretty cool. So I'm pretty psyched. Thank you.
That'll never happen to John or Gordy. So.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Well, let's move on to ghost particles.
The ghost particles. Now we talked about them before, right? They're a bunch of guys. They have like 1,000 years of history between all the guys in the band. They're the Ghost Particles, and they're a band comprised of veteran Madison musicians, some of who have been active in the music scene since the mid '70s. Phil Davis on lead vocals and guitars. Dave Benton, you might recognize his name.
Yeah,
electric
I do
guitars. Lee Lasky from the Rousers. And Paulie Ryan on percussion, who played with Clyde Stubblefield Band for many, many years.
Paulie Ryan, we know Paulie.
Yeah.
But now they have a new member.
We remember, yeah. Okay.
Ernie from the Rousers has joined the Ghost Particles. How fitting, right?
Oh, yes.
Ernie.
Okay.
Yep.
Ernie from the Rousers, now in the Ghost Particles. So I thought I'd bring in another song. Now, this is from their latest album, North Central, I believe it's the name of it. And this song is Oblivious, but it's with Beth Killian. Singing along with it. This is the Ghost Particles, Oblivious, with Beth Killian.
The sun was joking, the wind was foul. The pipes are broken, I don't know how. The way you reached across and touched my hand, like a soldier from a foreign land. Someday we'll be together, we'll hold the cards and deal the weather. I see you on the edge of fading light tonight. Standing in the fields we traveled, every thread we held unraveled. Look to the stars across the sky, but the man in the moon, he closed his eyes. He was oblivious. He was oblivious.
I like that a lot.
That is such a Madison sound.
Oh, yeah, isn't it?
It really is.
The Ghost Particles. I should probably tell you where they're playing, right?
Yeah.
May 10th, coming up, Baroque, and they're going to be playing with Richard Weigel, who people may recognize that name too.
Yeah.
Another Ghost Particle out there in the Madison music scene. Lots happening.
We're almost out of time, but we got time for a couple of quick hits. If you want to mention anybody's playing anywhere,
the Moon Gypsies are playing tomorrow night. I'm sorry, Saturday, April 12th at the Comeback Inn. That's Robert J., Chris Wagner, and Mary Gaines. And did you hear the Terrace Chair Return Party?
Okay,
so that's the first Friday that you can be out on the terrace. The UW Marching Band is going to be performing at 4:30. Fish fries, hot dogs. It's just a great time out there. And
that's
of course,
next Friday, right? Friday 18th.
The 18th. Yep. And then May 8th, here we come again, Madison Night Market. So you guys know all about that.
Yes.
It's happening again.
It's
the cycle starts.
again.
Here we go. Take off the shoes. This is Madison. Go around barefoot.
We did this last year.
Yes.
What the heck?
We'll do it again this year. Rökker, thank you so much.
Thanks, guys. Really appreciate it.
You bet, man. Coming up Monday, we'll be giving away tickets to the Milwaukee Film Festival. That'll be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And coming up next it's Stephanie Miller. And don't forget, Farmers Market starts tomorrow. And maybe out and about to walking around the square, maybe give out a few T-shirts or something.
Something like that,
yes. That'll do it for us. Again, Stephanie Miller is coming up next. Have a great weekend. Talk to you Monday. So
Let the sun shine.
It's the John and Gordy Show.
The national news cycle never stops, but it can be hard to find news about your local community. Civic Media is dedicated to providing quality local and state news coverage across Wisconsin. With the Civic Media app, you can get notifications about local stories that matter to you and your community. Find the free Civic Media app in your phone's app store and choose notifications from the menu to tell us what kind of news you want to hear about.